problem with the world's media now is basically everything's timed, isn't it? It's all about whether it's an instant success. I was talking to a pop star recently who said that, even she didn't understand how successful her songs were anymore, simply because there were so many charts. The Apple chart, the iCloud chart, the this chart. And it's true, we've no idea, have we? But apparently over in Montecito right now, quite literally, there are panic stations over this latest venture. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today, and thank you so much for your time. By the way, I'm so glad you enjoyed our latest matinee treat on a Sunday, The Stand-In, with the brilliant, very attractive and very clever lady, Ida Lupino. What a great movie. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And many of you wrote in the same thing of it could really just be the same today. And I thought it's so true. Those sort of stories never really go out of fashion, do they? People love behind the scenes stuff and all that sort of stuff. There's very much of that left now. But if you haven't seen it, The Stand-In, Ida Lupino, do check it out. A nice sort of 30 minutes of fun is what I would say. Absolutely. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now, a couple of days ago, they were literally hoping for over 1 million within the first 24 hours. That's what was being touted around. And by this point of proceedings, easily 2 million. You know what I'm talking about? The brand new launch of America Riviera Orchard. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, as I've often said, this is a real sort of barometer of how popular you are. For instance, over here, we've got a TV channel that's simply closing down. They signed a lot of big names on big salaries and stuff like that. And really, everybody said, oh, I don't know why it failed. Well, it failed because clearly the public don't want to watch these people on mega ego salaries. It's as simple as that. It's basics. I've done marketing for many years. You can never be 100% sure. Now, what's really gone wrong is this, and it's very worrying indeed for the inner turmoil of Meghan Markle's team. And as ever, we have to say allegedly. You see, the bigger problem now for Meghan is, she's launched this thing with this very hazy, misty video of her prancing around in some kind of kitchen, and that's the gig and all that sort of stuff. But there's no backup, Really, it's been fragmented. It's a bit of a mess. Things should have been able to order from the off, and, a date of release of when the cooking show was going to happen. It's all as ever thrown up in the air. One might suggest, of course, that this was a last-minute affair, but apparently she's been working on this for over a year. But what does Meghan apparently feel to the, shall we say, less than enthusiastic response to her latest return to Instagram? Let's not forget, of course, she told us over a year plus ago with the interview with The Cut that she was thinking of returning to Instagram. 2 weeks ago, she told us that social media was toxic and we had to be very careful what we do and what we watch. Seemingly, a lot of people have taken Meghan's advice and decided to steer clear away of America Riviera Orchard on social media. What other explanation can it simply be? People are worried, let me tell you, because a lot is riding on this. They genuinely had hoped that they thought they were going to have 1 million followers plus by this point. As the time of recording, we're literally just over halfway, and it's now tailing off. Big problems, and maybe somebody needs to rethink and stop cooking the books by amazingly just suddenly having a flurry of activity. Problems are afoot as ever in the land of Montecito, Meghan and Harry. It's a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.